Welcome. My name's Todd O'Hare. I'm the president and CEO of the Montana Chamber of Commerce.
Charles Robinson, I'm the Government Relations Director.
So we're wrapping up business days at the Capitol, and this is our first official Capitol connection as we kind of kick off what we're going to be doing on a weekly basis here to try to keep our members updated on important legislation and activity that happened before, and we're taking a little bit look ahead into the next week, and then open it up for any sort of questions or comments that anybody might be tuning in. So we're going to try to be very timely with this sort of thing. We want to be brief in these sort of conversations, to be able to provide that sort of an opportunity for you to ask questions or make comments about anything that may be important to you going forward. So we had a killer business days at the Capitol, sold out. We had over 500 people last night at the Legislature Appreciation Reception. Governor and Lieutenant Governor and the First Lady were at the Civic Center last night. So it was a great start to this legislative session.
Yeah, we just heard from the Lieutenant Governor, just heard from the Governor's Economic Development Director, Mark Blaisdell, former Senate President. And the Governor will be speaking here, wrapping things up in just a little bit. And I picked up a lot of enthusiasm and interest in his plan to reduce the business equipment tax. I think there'll be another 1,700 Montana businesses that will be exempted from paying business equipment tax because the threshold is going to go from $300,000 in equipment value up to $1 million. So any business with less than $1 million in equipment will not be paying business equipment tax. It's going to take a lot of farms and ranches off the rolls too.
Yeah, this is a big priority of the governor. It aligns, precisely with what the Montana Chamber of Commerce has long felt is a priority, is moving that exemption. And ultimately, we'd like to see the business equipment tax completely eliminated. And so we've got a lot of alignment with what the governor's priorities are this year. And we've, of course, got our own package of bills that we're bringing forward. And Charles is going to be leading that effort. So, Charles, what are we looking at on our tort reform?
So we saw a lot of interest from the businesses here in the tort reform package that we're promoting, and we got some great feedback from the administration, from the Lieutenant Governor, and also from legislative leadership this morning at the Eggs and Issues breakfast. We definitely heard some caution from I think the Democratic leadership, but some openness, and we heard certainly the Republican leadership said, we want to make sure that as we take these steps that we're protecting Montanans' access to the courts, and that's important to us too. We live in these communities, and having an efficient, effective judicial system is important to businesses.
So as we go into this legislative session, we're going to have a lot of big priorities. Like I said, we've got a lot of them that are already aligned with the governor, and we think that's helpful, of course. And then we've got our own package that we've been working closely with the administration on, our own package of legislation. We're also going to be looking for opportunities in workforce development and infrastructure, all of those sort of things that are part of the Montana strategic plan. And so every Tuesday at noon, we'll be doing this. We'll keep it really short. The legislature actually kicked off today. There was actually some hearings today that didn't involve us, and so we weren't up there, and we were here at the business days at the Capitol. Things are going to start getting really busy here about next week, I suppose, but we're going to break every Tuesday at noon, have this little Zoom opportunity, allow anyone to call in and ask any questions on any issue that's business related that's important to them.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else you want to add, Charles?
Let's see if there's a few questions, and we're just getting started, but things are popping already.
Any questions? Anybody on there want to ask any questions or really any comments? Great. Well, and as you see this email come out for registering for these Zooms, feel free to pass it along to others. We kind of are in the big belief that the more eyeballs that see this sort of stuff and have the opportunity to engage with us, the better. And so thank you for being a member of the Montana Chamber of Commerce, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.